teams seriously in the running.
So, I mean, one thing you can mention straight away, you talk about wins and tables and leagues and whatnot, and who's at the top and who's at the bottom. I don't want to say GTN are the worst team here, but definitely the most inexperienced.
I'd say they're the huge, very clear underdogs.
Yes, very, very, very clear underdogs here. Obviously, FM eSports, I believe they're currently first. Not really too sure. It's going to be them, CEX, or potentially even ZenX. Well,
updated tables, they're so 2014.
Yeah, we'll get them tomorrow, hopefully. But anyway, long story short, FM eSports, obviously, very, very formidable team and potentially the best team currently in the league. I mean, Fish 123, they've got a very juicy lineup that might come out tomorrow. But enough about that. So, Knife goes in favor of FM eSports. Potentially, we're looking at them going on their CT side and starting from there. And, you know, Neil Zinho, Pulse, or Jenko, that's the question. Who's going to be AWPing today?
I feel like this is back, you know, what's the throwback to Halloween? Just put your hand in the bucket, have a bit of a lucky dip, and
Yes.
you know, see what gets brought to the table. Because these guys, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it feels incredibly unpredictable in terms of who's going to win. They change it mid-game.
It's not just that, but you could draw it back to Cold Zero and Fallen in the sense of Cold Zero being the more aggressive T AWPer, Jenko being that player, and then Neil Zinho, the IGL, more of the passive AWPer. But anyway, going to be 5 players for GTN side, and no early aggression coming out from the CT side, and actually it's a good read for GTN.
Yeah, this is them looking to get a whole lot of pent-up aggression on towards this side. It is going to be a bit of a tapping effect coming from Neil, but that's going to get absolutely nothing done. He has the information to work with, that's a given. The push is going to be coming in towards CT, and he will find one for his troubles, but even then, GTN, they have this one set up in a perfect scenario, but FM, they're not going to let this one go or even need to put up one hell of a fight. It is going to be a bit of a CT repeat going on backwards and forwards. Things will swing, but it is going to leave some one-taps to be a bit of a huge talking point as Robin now pushing in towards CT. Snaky leaves it down to a 1v1. But it is going to be that victory to be claimed. FM can't get close, but the retake is where they triumph. And off the back of that individual 2K, does get them the pistol round.
So, in the previous map I mentioned that once you get aggressive one for the map, you play passive on the other. We saw 3 players from the FM side going towards the early B aggression, and once Neil Zinho playing passive at CT, which is so important, gives the call that's going to be the A take, the smokes come out. FM, they did not have the kit, so you saw what happened. They played the fast retake, they didn't allow the clock to dwindle, and the bomb timer to escalate too far out of control, and instead they take matters in their own hands, get the frags, get the headshots, and Jenko now mid. So we will be seeing him AWPing as he is, you know, obviously going towards mid. Hopefully we do see him there as he got the skin up right now.
It is going to be the case. He's kind of just hopping between jungle and window, looking to see kind of where GTN are going to draw his attention towards. And right now it's all a bit of a lure as the main target is actually the elusive side. That's where they're heading towards the Max 7. Actually jumping up and down, nets himself 2 quick frags, and then it will still be the response coming in from those pistols, and a Max 7's going to be picked up, but most notably the bomb plant now. No matter what happens, like before, they're going to get completely just mopped over by FM. That's a given. The biggest point should I say, the bomb plant.
You might be questioning why on earth is he planting inside the bomb? Reason being is the real aim of this round for GTN was to get the bomb down, and Neil Zinho, yes, he got 2 kills, but it was with the Mag 7, so he stacked up about, what, $18,000 straight in cash. And actually those 2 bomb plants, we could be seeing the AWP coming out for trouble if he opts for that glass cannon. And we've seen GTN play before, he's so familiar with the AWP, and they really do like to play from him. We constantly see them as well double save, just to allow trouble to have the AWP, but no, we will see 5 rifles come out, so probably going to be a set mid-take, try and get early control of connector, have the player alert connector, and try and get that A split and that A flank coming in there.
When you talk about mid-control, it is going to be trouble, man. Last week already causing up a bit of a ruckus as he will find that opening headshot, but it is one that's going to quickly be traded back as that AWP pushes things back into second. But again, GTN, they are on top of things. They know exactly what is taking place, and they're more than happy to keep on clawing those frags. And you have to look at this one and go, not only is it a 4v3, but just take a glance at the map, take a look at Pulse. The ankle is going to be held. And it is that trade. But for this B side, they have a lot of room to maneuver. And most importantly, this B side, it is a target. Though the passive setup, actually very smart from FM in the same regard.
So now AHB potentially going to be battling with Jenko, but instead the flash comes out and allows Isaac to cross, and now the bomb can be planted for short, and that's really important as they do have that player in all house. But Jenko misses a shot, the 3 versus 3, kit onto Robin. The utility is decent on the CT side, but they're walking into the crossfire of Isaac and so forth, and Jenko misses another shot, but does stay alive.
Robin, he gets himself the jump, but just unable to hit anything. Now just really relying on Pulse and Jenko to combine to make this 2v2 work. As Pulse will find first one towards Isaac. It's going to be a no-scope to come in from Jenko, but how far are they willing to go? Trouble, he's still alive over towards short. He's building this one up and looking to keep on going at the final culmination of the way he's going about it. So the fuse is going to be stuck. Trouble to dart on through. but he hasn't quite got the hands to multitask that one. Looking up trumps, which eventually leads to albeit a close, but a refuse nonetheless at FM Esports.
Smart play there as well. Once GTN killed both of those players towards B, you saw the reaction from Pulse. T's take control of B. Pulse pushes ramp, trying to retake some map control and gets information. Here's the player rotate from Palace, gets that frag and nets them the 4 versus 3. And then FM Esports, the thing is, yes, Jenko's whiffing, but he's playing aggressive and he's playing in a situation where he has so many opportunities to kill.
Over towards mid is going to be pretty much playing his own game of bowling at this point. He's throwing out that ball and looking to find those pins, and what he's going to do it with pretty solid success, got to be said. Pulse to be a bit more of an aiding factor. But these attributes do lead to GTN down to dwindling force, and one that this AWP is Jenko just going to add to the tally. 3 in total for him. Snaky perched upon a ladder.
So in the previous round, obviously they did catch, I believe it was Stanley on B short of guard, trying to reenact that play, but unfortunately for them, they didn't quite get that kill, and Stanley stayed alive and took down Snaky there. It's going to be 4 on the board now for FM, and the buy does come out, and trouble hit. Will he go for the AWP and no armor? I believe he will. Did save that money precisely, so yes. No utility for him, but he does have the AWP and no head armor. So leading into this round, will he play aggressive? Will he try and find those opening picks? And especially on a map like Mirage, I mean, we'll go for the B pick. So will he try and get that jump spot?
Actually, some sort of adaptation, but unfortunately not quite able to make it work. And the jump spot is going to really take place, but just that's going to be unable to really make things connect. So GTN, they get themselves a man advantage. Things work, but it's one that, well, it's quickly going to be grasped by FM Esports and pulled back to a much more workable spot for them, a 4v4, and one where I take a glance back at this map. FM, they've got a lockdown B site. The minute this push begins to take any sort of shape, it will be that initial pick. But in the same regard, this seems like they're very spread out. They haven't quite really decided where they want to head. Just not quite checking his angles, and again, really caught off guard.
Calculated aggression coming from FM Esports. You see when they peek their angles, they do flash themselves, and Pulse wins that trade. Isaac really has to be winning that. Doesn't quite connect the spray in. Pulse lives with 15 HP, and now the T's are going to regroup and try head towards B and have this player that is in B actually needs to get an opening frag, but Stanley's on the lurk and he's going to catch his players off guard.
This could be absolutely beautiful. He finds the first, a swift one tap on towards the second, and ladies and gentlemen, you have yourselves a round done and dusted in a matter of seconds off of one individual decision just to make that push, get himself in that spot, and that spot alone, well, as we said, it seals the deal trouble. There's not too much he can do. Yes, there's 30 seconds on the clock, but he needs to be absolutely momentous in the way he approaches this if he wants to even have a chance. And, well, with this clock to keep on ticking, well, exits, perhaps are the only thing on the cards after all.
I mean, if he does save this, no, their money is completely dwindled. But they have lost 5 in a row, so they will have the full max buy, 3.4k on each of these players. They might opt to go for the forces. A 5-0 deficit. They need to get rounds on the board quite fast, especially on their T side, and Trouble not really having much impact with the AWP, and I want to see him play towards mid. I want to see him go up short, peek towards connector. Try and duel Jenko. Yes, Jenko's a phenomenal AWPer player in general, but you need to be finding the openings for a team, especially when their team plays around their T side. They play so much around Trouble. They double save for him in previous games. Or they force.
Well, right now it's almost just a matter of waiting. Are they going to go for it? The buy.
Oh, that's the half buy. Has a good mid spawn though.
The half buy, a topic in itself, the mid spawn, also the flip side of that topic, and it is going to be a page to be half turn as Jenko can get himself up onto the elevated pedestal. Quick frag, especially off the back of Pulse. Very well done, and it's going to net him the opening pick onto a Snake. He's a great stuff coming from him, but Jenko, if he just holds this and is patient, he can find himself yet another, and what a way to do just that, the headshot onto a Trouble. GTN, they have no idea what hits them. They're trying to recall back out to the base, they're trying to force the issue, just in kept finding, they can't get anything done. Robin, he's swirling around, he's a man just more than happy to keep the dance going as Pulse. Well, the man to find the last.
So, Trouble there, we saw him have the mid spawn, but he waits for the mid spawn, gives the call to his team that he wants top mid to be smoked, and you got to think their confidence might be lacking on the side of Trouble right there. Not opting to go for the duel with Jenko, and now left without too much money, and I mentioned before that GTN, they double saved to have Trouble on the AWP, and now he's stuck on a Tech 9, not really what you want on the T side for GTN if you're a GTN fan watching right now. So, slow mid control coming out, but if they can get control of mid, work off that, try and get a few picks here and there, but Neil Xenia might try and force the issue if he gets aggressive, but does not to. I believe this might be a one-way as well, to try and play it in his favour.
It is just that Isaac tries to get the jump on him, but it's going to be a shot in a misfound direction, and now my eye is drawn back towards mid, because look at how Trouble is, but also that spot. It's just one quickly going to be ended in pretty much every single court, and Well, GTN, they create themselves just another, well, almost unformidable approach, one that is, well, swiftly attacking one at that. Snaky, the last to join the party.
They don't really have much on their agenda, do they? They're not playing for fast mid control. They're not trying to play and go for a set smoke towards A. You're not playing without the AWP. You're playing with the Tech 9 as well on Trouble instead of that AWP. So what I would have liked to see is maybe a fast B play, smoke off the balcony, take a Molotov towards Van. You know that NeoZeno likes to play aggressive on the B platform. Try and get that first frag and try and get the bomb down that way and play the after plant. Instead of another force spot coming out and they're going to go for mid, and with that player towards the out, this could be a fast B split.
Trouble. He's certainly mounting up the pressure, and Jenko, his position gets spotted, but he's still able to drop down and just do even more. And well, now look at Stanley's spot. He's aggressive, but he's just going for the spray, and if he gets out of this one alive, it's a huge wonder from GTN, and well, thankfully, he will be punished. So at least the response from the team side is much more of a rekindling to this flame. Perhaps one that can try and blow in the wind and at least make this one remotely possible, but then look back towards this map. It's a group up towards mid. We've talked about the split towards B. Well, it's no longer a split.
They've grouped together, and the 3 versus 3, this is where the experience and so much comes forth. And actually Snake with a smart boost that catches NeoZeno off guard, and it's going to be the one-man lead now for GTN. Finally, as it was 7 rounds on the board for FM, and GTN, they have the lead now. And the bomb will go down. Utility and Robin kits, so they do have time to work with. Can they try and make this a 2 versus 2 and try and win the duels that way?
This is going to be pivotal for GTN in terms of beginning to mount that comeback. They've kept these rounds nice and close. As the Ray Hollis is going to be looking to go for this pick. The shot is going to be missed, and allows Isaac just to do some work with this Tech 9, leaving just Robin now in a 1v3 with that bomb ticking on away, and it's not going to stop for no man. Leaving Robin with pretty big dwindling odds at this point. And as I was kind of touching on, GTN, aside from the last 2 rounds where FM eSports have walked away with every single player intact, aside from those, a lot of these rounds have been close. It comes down to an economic factor at this
try and take a few guns out of their hands. This is the first round that they've won, and this is what the problem is now. If FM can win this and reset the economy, we could be seeing another deficit, an even larger deficit coming out for GTN, and 12,000 on Jenko there. I mean, he can keep buying for a few more rounds, and GTN, they're going to be battling versus a lot of firepower leading into the next few rounds, and yes, the money's low, but they need to start kindling rounds together, get their economy rolling, and try and take control of the CT side economy. I mean, it's already 7 rounds on the board for FM. Any more here, if they win the half, 9 or even higher than that, even go to double digits, it's be so hard for GTN to claw this back.
Ever so favoured towards mid, but it's something that the CT side has just become used to handling at this point, as again, it's that same storyline. These initial picks all going in favour of just one direction, one wavering flag as nil. Trouble just deleted straight off the bat, and himself, and well, GTN now doing a 3v5 now. What else can you possibly do? And well, we can't even pitch the stakes of a 3v5 because their main chance it will be at least a bit more of a contestable trade as Isaac to claim the life of NeoZeno towards the latter portion of the round. But even then, we're looking at a 2v4. They do have time on their side, but that feels about it. Yeah,
but the problem is though, eventually, I say eventually, Robin's already pushed all the way up A, and he's in T spawn, so if the T's do get cold feet and the Optics dry go back towards A, Robin will backstab them and take them down. So is telegraphed right now. FM eSports know this will be the B hit, and here it comes.
It's just going to be there. This is Turret right now. Bastion has been brought over from Overwatch, brought in to Counter-Strike, and well, it's just going to make it look easy. Stanley, more than happy to do the job. Some quick facts to be connected by him, and
it's the aggression. It's just the aggression for FM. It's catching GTN off guard, and GTN, they're not playing as a unit. They're playing so individually, and it's not what I want to see if you're the GTN side right now. You're playing Mirage. If you want to play individualistically, that's the problem. It's going to go in the favor of FM eSports. I mentioned before, we could be looking at the best team currently in the league. If you're GTN right now, you need to win off team play and not off raw aim and raw skill.
That's where the advantage will lie, and well, the problem they've got now is their economy really is starting to really build up for the FM side. We look at that 6th and 7th round, keeping 5 players alive in both is more comfortable as is, and now they're trying to invest with these pistols. Here they will find themselves one for their troubles, and it's going to be knocked down a little bit further, and falling towards the latter portion, and a bomb plant would be pretty much the cherry on top for them. That's the damage which they will eventually find. But even then, at this point, I'm drawn away from the economic factor, and I'm drawn to the scoreline.
It's the reset that's more important, really. Well, yes, the rounds, it's 9-1, and FM, they've already got 9. So, in their eyes, they've already won this half. They've already got the 9 rounds on the board, and any more rounds they pick up, it's going to be bonus for them. And the force buy does come out for GTN. Does Trouble go for the no armor AWP on the glass cannon? If he does buy this, I want to see aggression. I want to see the first pick coming out for him. Yes, he does. don't go towards B because you know Nilzinho smokes it.
If I recall last time, Trouble was a player that you were almost channeling a similar sort of thought process. You wanted him to step up to the plate, try and do something, and when he did, he was hitting the shots. And when he didn't, he was placed back into the square box where he did before. But he goes for the flick, lands it onto Ozhenko. Counter aggression on the CT side, and one that was reminiscent of how we've got to this 11th round. But that's 1v1, isn't it? That was 1v1 as well. We find ourselves with trouble towards Nilzinho. So bit by bit, it is that reclamation. A 3v3 is where we find ourselves pitched now. I'm over towards mid right now because Pulse keep an eye on, but Stanley gets a free pick. Surely they should have been aware that there could have been any aggression towards mid.
Yeah, unfortunately for that player there, does wide face to try peek connector, doesn't expect Stanley to be open. Trouble does get the reface to the Pulse, and does get the second kill as well. Stanley goes down Robin with the AUG. Oh, dearie me.
Trouble, most importantly, playing for the ace at this point.
Oh,
He
yeah,
found
4
all
frags.
of the picks. He's done all of the work for his team, and if he can top this up with an ace at this point, he has just been huge, because he's pretty much pried open this half again and said, okay, boys, let's at least try and get as many rounds as we can. Let's at least get 4, at least try and play for 5.
You can see he's under pressure as well. Feeling his flash and just trying to get this bomb down and try to work from that. Does he? Oh, he does get the kill! The ace coming out from Trouble takes down Robin. It's going to be 2 on the board, and GTN, they win the force by with no armor. Trouble gets the ace.
Right now, if we had a crowd behind us, there'd be a whole lot of cheering over that, because Trouble, it was very, very slow, but it was surgical.
Yep.
But again, I feel like it's
Aggression.
so horrendously underrated just how good and how important that is for GTN now, because this is, if they can play up with this and actually really utilize this, they can the launch pad back into the half, then it's perfect. And look at the counter aggression coming out from Jenko, but Trouble, again, another pick, really stepping up to the plate. He needs to be a little bit more, and again, just another on towards Pulse. One man doing it all.
Already just 20 seconds into the round. FM, they've got a 1-man lead. This is the 3 versus 2. 1 minute 25 on the clock, so the T's have time to work with the fine picks, but GTN Trouble will go down as Nilzinho gets that swift headshot. Double Dink takes him down, and Bomb will fall as well in suit in mid, and Isaac now goes down. So, thing you might have to bring up as well is, before this match, FM played an online game versus eSubber. You know, tier 3 or so team, good team, 16-2'd them, and to go from a team like that to play versus GTN, I'm not saying GTN are a bad team, obviously, but in terms of experience as well, you've got to be thinking FM, they're playing with such confidence, and the round is determined only 20 seconds into it.
They know the shots they can hit at the end of the day, which when you're up against these kind of unparalleled, longer range, basically AWP-based players of Stanley and Jenko in this position, they're just, well, as we mentioned before as we started the statement, just so confident. They know what they can hit, they know they're not going to miss, and that's where these 20-second sort of picks have been connected. We see Stanley in this round, doing the same odd Faithful, jumps up on the box, goes to the fast route in towards Palace, gets the first pick on towards Main Elite. Yes, it's just against pistols, but arguably, it's even bigger of a risk for the AWP to go aggressive.
It is, and it's so nice. It's so refreshing as well to see an aggressive AWP. We've seen so much passive play from the AWP this game, and Stanley with the 2 frags that does take down both those players. AHB and Snakey go down 11-2, but as you were just saying, it is so refreshing to see an aggressive AWP. Jenko has the movement and the skill to back it up as well, playing so aggressive, finding the first frags. Yes, he's playing aggressive versus pistols, but he gets the information, gets the frag, and the bomb does go down in Palace. So telegraphs where GTN are going, allows for the rotations to come in for FM, and they win it 11-2, and the force buy comes out for GTN.
The domination, domination statistic, should I say, that sits really tightly for me is, you look at Jenko, you look at Stanley, you look at the positions on the board, 12-5 and 16-5. Pulse also up there as well, but it just highlights, when you're looking at a double AWP setup, you wouldn't expect to be seeing that.
Expected to see what?
Those 2 players just that far up there.
Well, the thing you have to point out as well is, Stanley plays B short, faces mid. Jenko plays mid, obviously facing mid. If there's a heat map right now, the amount of frags we'll be seeing in the middle portion. Oh, he's going to go for the knife. Jenko knifes down Snakey, and unfortunately for him,
we'll talk about confidence. That right there is the pinnacle of confidence.
In their heads, they've already won this, and this is the problem GTN. They're going to have to find this final round and have a phenomenal CT side if they want any chance of clawing this back. But as we're
a tough one. Look at their economy.
Yeah,
this is not a pretty matchup by a long shot. We're looking at an SMG, a Stout, and some Tech Dines now. All that's left for me to say, in pretty quick succession, what will they do?
Yeah, and I think Nilzinho might have a field day if they go towards B, and he could just mow them down. Actually does decide to boost up Jenko instead.
Might actually happen. It's going to be Sally to find that first big majorly, and things are beginning to build up. The Solar Sniper, it's getting absolutely nowhere, and not off the basis the shots are being missed, but the fact that Pulse, he's decided, you know what, no, I want to get the frags here. I want my name on that scoreboard, and, well, why does it matter at this point? 12-2 is going to be the scoreline, and, well, unless Trouble can score for 1v5 again, it looks like
top fraggers for the team as well are the two oppers that are playing towards mid, and that's so important. So, as I mentioned just before, heat map. If we saw a heat map for this game, you would be seeing so much aggression from the CT side and from the T side. They're trying to take control of mid, but there's only one round I can think in my head that they won. The 3 versus 3 when they actually had control of mid. Apart from that, the aggression from the FM side, but they're doing it calculated. They're flashing for each other. They're playing the refrags and the trades, and it feels like it always goes in favor of the more experienced side, and FM, they're 13-2 up.
Well, for now, comes down to this fist around. Can GTN reinsert the dream, reinsert the hope, and at least put up a fight in this one? Already is going to be a bit of an underpass phase to take some formation. The rest of the T side, they're on towards short right now. They're looking just to really barrel on through. Nothing is going to hold them back, and well, it seems like they've decided to actually withdraw back over towards connection. This is great from them. At the same time, they're walking Desert into a bit of a crossfire, but it's one that's just going to be dismantled. Close range Glock.
The kit is towards jungle. Trouble to buy that, but actually the quick headshot from Pulse will take down Snakey, and it's another one-man lead, and we've seen what happened before when FM had the lead.
Look at Isaac, he's over towards Ram now. He could pretty much be the pinnacle factor. If Majorly and Isaac can combine here and set themselves up perfectly, then we could be looking at a complete different affair. But Majorly will fall. Isaac, he will put up a fight in terms of finding that frag on towards Nilzinho, but now he's in a 1v2. He needs 2 crisp back-to-back one-taps. And Robin wins well, he just steals his fire and flame.
There was the kit right there. Isaac couldn't really retrieve that, and a lot of the time, if you are the AWP in mid playing a Mirage, if you are the rotator, that's really important. The rotator on the CT side should be buying the kit, as he is, you know, the first player onto site. Have the kit drop on site does really, really help with the retake. But anyway, enough of that. FM win the second pistol, and you know they say that the pistol comes down to, you know, whittles down to individual skill, and obviously FM, they've got a hell lot of it.
They are not holding back at any point now. It's going to be just a 5-man Mac 10 or just a Zerg style of rush. They're bringing back tacticals. Not too aggressive. With tactical minds is just going to be easy pickings. Money to be made, but is that really the narrative we need to draw towards at this point? Something tells me a little bit else is what we're aiming towards. 14-2, and well, again, unless we can see another 1v4 take place. Looking like
Jenkins is mopping up those frags.
I think for GTN, what I want to look at right now is how can they learn from this? What is the the big thing they can look and go, okay, going through the second, what do we change?
Not too sure on the maps, but FM have picked Mirage a lot recently. Picked it versus Endpoint, won that 16-7, so Mirage is their comfort pick. Not too sure on the next one, but we will obviously bring you the information on that once that comes. But at this point, 15-2, I can't really be seeing too much of a comeback coming here.
Yeah, I think Hope is...
Let's talk about the next map. So, I'm not too sure what the net pack is.
I don't want to get too premature. We have a lot of time to go into that. So, we'll touch on that in a second. Let's at least kind of give them the benefit of their doubt. As already is going to be that first pick to be connected, but Trouble and Snakey, they will begin to form up into something. Relighting that candle. There's only going to be 2, and this cross begins to come on over. They're going to be getting that bomb down. A little bit of a wide plant, but we'll get away fairly unscathed. Pink coming in, and Majorly could have been set up to do some damage there and bring things back to even more of a workable spot, but just unable to get the jump in any way, shape, or form. And well, now this leaves Snakey in just such a tough predicament over to the jungle. He's got players peeking from every single direction. He's making it work, finds himself back-to-back headshots. And he makes it work, and this is why we don't get ahead of ourselves.
I had GTN written off there. I thought that was going to be a 15-3. I mean, I don't expect them to win the game, but we could see some confidence around on the board. Yes, they might lose the map, but at the same time, if they can make this, what, 16-8 or so, try and get 5 or so confidence round, and just think in the head, we can beat these guys.
I think this is something that transitions quite nicely over from last week, something we talked quite heavily about, which is even if they don't close this one out, say this one ends 16-5, 16-6, it is about that confidence going to the second map there, guys.
Momentum as well.
We can actually outfrag these guys. We can actually, I can kill that guy.
I can kill that guy. Yes, Trouble might be thinking in his head, you know what? Jenkins is a crisp lad, but maybe I can win those duels. I mean, we saw such a stark difference from when we saw him play versus other AWPers. He seems so careful and so passive. I want to see Trouble. He is a good, aggressive AWPer, but he's playing passive. It doesn't work into the way that GTN play their T sides. And going into the next map, I want to see a lot more confidence and a lot more plays.
FM, this is a lethal concoction, but one that is going to be Shut down somewhat prematurely, but the execute is still going to be going off. The smoke's being off. Somewhat missed out, but don't even need them at this point. That is one hell of a spray if I've ever seen one before. But nonetheless, look at Jenko. He's over towards Ramp. He's going to be holding this one down. And, well, at least GTN now. Tough one, but the overface from Pulse. Net Isaac a frag. Robin holding towards connector. The headshot on towards Major Lee. So trades at plenty. Very, very low, and that's going to be almost the punishing incision. It will catch him off guard as Treble now 10 HP. A man who has pulled off a 1v5 but at least make this round one more small doable. He will find the first, but not quite able to find the second, and there you have it. Not quite 16-5, not quite 16-6. It will be just that, a 16-3. So overall, nothing to contrite for GTN, but
Nope.
it's all about the positive. What